Hi there, good evening. My name is Charlie. This is a message to the people in power in this world. I'm talking about the upper echelons of power and all the little bureaucrats which help them out with their corporate machine-like plans for the world, which obviously includes treating human beings like myself and yourself like gears in a big machine. So just to let you know, this is done with a lot of love, and I just want to let you know that I admire you guys as an adversary, as the kind of duality between the spiritual and creative right brain side and your logically minded, rational, machine-like left brain side. I mean, we kind of work well together. We've got things like hospitals, which I know some people say don't really provide health, but sometimes it's nice to get stitched up if you're involved in a motorbike accident and your guts are hanging out. These are good things, to have an ambulance come along and save your neck if you've been in an accident. You know, these are good parts of the system. So that's also not my issue here. My issue is that the people at the top of your organizations are psychopathic murderers, and we've had enough, really. We've had a world of stupidity and stupor and like sheep-like behavior for a long time, but thanks to the advent of another logically minded left brain, left mind hemisphere creation, the internet, information is spread, but such as bullshit as well. It's spread just as well, but we're also gathering the truth. So I'm just here to give you a warning and just say that unless you change this system and you stop vaccinating and performing wars of aggression around the world, and also this all-pervasive security surveillance state, including the corporate messages everywhere we go, unless this changes, unless this stops very, very soon, you will leave us with nothing to do but to create a world revolution where we will come after you and make sure that you end up in jail where you belong. Yeah, and this is another great part of your system. We have the apparatus in place to hound you down and bring you to justice, and you can also face the families and all the parents of all the children that you've killed, because this is what adults do, this is what humans do, and this is our planet, not yours. So I'm sorry, your way of running things has ended, so we are looking forward to some very big changes, let's say, namely, the end of this vaccination campaign. We also want the total pull-out of troops in these countries like Iraq and Afghanistan. If we don't see these things happen within the next 3 years, I promise you there will be an uprising, a revolution, and you will be removed from power. Anyway, namaste to you as well. You've been worthy adversaries, and good luck. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another broadcast by Charlie, here reporting from central London, down by the river. I just wanted to use this little video to relaunch a video that I created a few months ago called A Message to the Resistance. This video caused a great deal of consternation amongst you guys, and it got me into a massive shitstorm with all sorts of people, and I got reported to the police over it, and so forth. But luckily nothing bad has happened so far. But funnily enough, that video was the most viewed one in the first 2 days that I've ever created. It was the most commented on, obviously with people loving it and hating it. And also it opened me up to an entirely new audience, which was a great surprise as well. And I've received messages, and I've had meetings with people who, shall we say, are very pragmatic and logical about the need for revolution in the coming years. And I've spoken before about the British people being disarmed. Well, I've been elucidated and enlightened as to the fact that when the shit does, and if it does, let's say if it does, if the shit does hit the fan, we will have access to all means of defending ourselves, because there isn't one group of people who are wanting to control us. They have enemies in very high places as well, and having a revolutionary force armed to the teeth to fight their enemies is in their interests as well, and it gets more and more complicated. Secondly, I'd just like to thank everyone for the funding you've sent in. You can put that on hold just now. We've raised enough money to pay for a few plane tickets and to get a new camera, and hopefully a new computer as well, so that's fine, don't send any more money now. And also, just to give you an idea of the plans for the near future, I'm going to go abroad. I'm going to go into Holland, and obviously up to Scotland, Ireland, and there's now plans to go meet up with Luke Rutkowski of We Are Change in New York, and see how those boys over there are doing it, and connect with all the right people that need to be connected with. I'd just like to also talk a little bit about fear, and sometimes I think the main reaction I had with the Message to the Resistance video was fear. People are scared of taking that final barrier where you need to actually fight. It's happened throughout history. We can't just rest on this idea that if we concentrate hard enough, then we can project this wonderful world. The truth is that every single person is good and evil down the middle, and you are the overlord of your dark side and your light side, per se. I was at a conference this weekend and someone described it as Lucifer and Ahriman. Lucifer being the very spiritual, crazy, mischievous person, and Ahriman, this kind of dark, demonic god of logical, rational thinking, and the human being is somewhere in the middle. Strangely enough, there's no mention of God, but hey, Lucifer in some people's minds isn't really the devil. It's just another demon or minor god or major god per se. So coming back to this idea that we are down the middle, good and evil, I will carry on, obviously enlightening myself and hopefully the viewer with videos where I try and touch upon the unconditional, profound love, which I know is the only true thing that exists. But because there is obviously my calling as well, I know that I need to express myself and make everyone aware of how I feel in terms of my darkness and my need to remove evil people from power, and my need to communicate with other people around the world regarding removing evil people from power. So let's not get too worried, think, "Woo, Charlie's lost his mind, he's lost his mind, he's talking about war." There's a reason why the powers that be use war and killing. It's because it works, it gets results, and that's the awful truth. As Brzezinski said, it used to be the case that it was a lot easier to control 1 million people than it was to kill them. Now the opposite is the case, so we need to ask ourselves, what kind of world do you want to live in? Surely enough, it's going to be very messy, but do you want to live in the clinical, left brain, very controlled, machine-like world with everyone microchipped, where everyone's surveilled, where all phone calls are listened to? Or, and this is a choice I present you with, you can follow my path, and there'll be absolute chaos, but we'll be in charge once the chaos is over. We will not be slaves, we will be free, and we will be killing, fighting, fucking, crying, screaming, being arseholes, but we will be human beings out in the wild, and no one will be in charge. So in a way, I present to you my vision of anarchy. And as Neo says in The Matrix, I'm not here to tell you how it ends, I'm here to tell you how it begins. And it begins with us standing up for our rights as human beings and fighting anyone who tries to tell you otherwise, who tries to tell you how to live your life. Because as soon as you get over the fear of death and realize that this is an illusion and that you are a spiritual being on this planet, then you can transfer some of that knowledge into the 3D world and enjoy the video game that is reality. And think of these bad people as end-of-level bosses in Super Mario Brothers or whatever, Bowser, who knows. So, lots of love, good luck, and I'll see you